And what's up, you guys? Welcome to the Mango Grove. My name is Krisha, and this is going to be a quick update on Cardano. Unfortunately, I cannot come on video today because I am freaking so sick. I look terrible. But anyways, if I do cough by accident because of my sore throat, my sincerest apologies. It can get jarring, so I'm gonna try. If I can get to the mute button on time, I'm gonna try and do that. Okay, but before I begin, Happy New Year to each and every one of you. I hope you guys had an excellent seasonal celebration, whether it's Christmas, New Year's, whatever it is that you were celebrating, if one poured into the other. I hope it was a spectacular celebration, and yeah, all the best for this coming year. We're gonna kill it as a community, and this is my opportunity to tell you that if you're looking for a community, a fun, friendly, very educational community, join the Mango Discord chat. Okay, you'll find it on the mango.markets/discord, because as soon as we get underway through the rest of the bull run, we might actually turn that private. So if there's any time to be jumping in, it's now. So now, without further ado, let's jump into Cardano. What's my plan for Cardano? You know, we're seeing this bleed right now, and a lot of people, they're spooked out. Well, here's my plan. I'm doubling down. That's right, I'm doubling down on my position. I'm going to be adding more right here, okay? I'm going to tell you exactly why. What is it that I'm seeing? So first, while I jump the gun, let's start off with step number 1 of my process, which is what? It's always going to be the Mango dashboard. Recently, someone asked me, Krisha, you know, why do you always bring up the dashboard in every video? Guys, the dashboard is literally it's our trading system. It's Mango's trading system. When we started trading, we spent like hours is trivializing it. We spent days and days on end trying to come up with a trading system for ourselves. You know, pen and paper, really recording numbers, recording price, until we came up with a system that actually works, that makes sense. And that system we turned into an algorithm. For those of you wondering, what is the dashboard driven by? It's driven by Mango's proprietary algorithm. Okay, from all of those hours that I spent, managed to turn into an algorithm, and voila. Okay, this is the dashboard. And that's why, guys, the dashboard is our system. That's why we start off with the dashboard as always step number 1. It would be freaking stupid to work on a system and not use it. All right, and I'm always going to implore you guys to have your own systems as well. This is Mango's right here. If you want to check it out, it's app.mangoresearch.co. And why was it so imperative? Because we're not just going to go over every chart, from one chart to another chart to another chart to another chart, trying to use our systems on all the charts. Now, when we have the dashboard, we have everything right in front of us, all the information that we need on several coins without me having to go into each one of these charts. Now, go ahead and filter out Cardano from this list. ADA USDT, here it is. Now, notice Cardano's current trend is currently short from the 4-hour time frame to the daily time frame, and look at the returns, right? You're seeing follow through on all those trends. Now, short, guys, doesn't necessarily have to mean you have to go and short sell, because even to short sell, you're technically taking on leverage. But another way to look at this is that when you see short trends actually, you know, go off on the dashboard, and say you bought Cardano and you want to start taking profits, this is going to essentially tell you when it's time to start taking profits. Because anyone who actually caught these short trends on the dashboard, well, guess what? They saved themselves from a minimum, if I just look at the minimum number from this, a minimum of 10% in losses. All right, that's one other way you can actually look at this. Okay, so it can be very, very powerful. So now 4 hours to the daily, we have short trends across the board. However, notice your longer term trends, the 4-day and the weekly, we still have bullish trends on that. So what we're seeing is a higher time frame uptrend, but a lower to mid time frame downtrend right there. So we're seeing a pullback opportunity on those lower and mid time frames. And more importantly, notice the volatility on here. Right, from the 4-hour time frame to the daily time frame, wherever we're seeing these short trends, we have these very, very high volatility numbers. Now, when I see high volatility numbers, I'm looking for this prevailing trend, which in this case is short, to actually see a cool off. So when short is a downtrend, right? A cool off of a downtrend is what? A relief rally, right? Now, a relief rally could turn into maybe a bigger rally. We don't know. We'll have to go out and check out the charts. But right now, the volatility is telling me that, hey, we could actually expect a relief rally on Cardano here. And also just a quick heads up, I believe the Xmas 25 coupon is still on. We are well past Christmas, but I believe it's on for the next 2 days. Okay, so this will give you a 25% off on, I believe, the dashboard, the seed, and the dynamic indicator. For those of you who've asked me previously, Krisha, what should I get? Should I get the course or should I get the indicators? Get the course. Get the course. Like, don't be silly about this, okay? Your education is going to trump every freaking indicator there is out there. In fact, your education, your trading education is going to make every indicator that much more powerful. If you are sitting here relying on my analysis on Cardano or someone else's analysis on Cardano or any other asset, any other coin that you're looking at, well, guess what? You're not going to need any of us, okay? Once you actually invest in your education, once you know how to read this chart, you're going to be so freaking confident in even being able to filter out the shit that you see out there, okay? Because a lot of people have really garbage analysis. They put it out there and they have a lot of followers and people follow them into a ditch. All right, start taking some power into your hands as far as your TA is concerned, because I promise you, it's going to pay dividends. Okay, and you're going to be able to make some very, very informed trade decisions. You're going to know exactly when it's time to be taking profits off the table and when it's time to be entering the trades, when it's time to be getting spooked out, and when is it time to start getting brave. Okay, now I'm looking to get brave here. So what is it that I'm seeing? Well, let me show you. In the previous analysis for Cardano, get on over to the weekly time frame, I said that, hey, Cardano has had a total of 3 battlefields. Okay, 3 battlefields. What were the 3 battlefields? I have them marked out in X's right here. This was one right here. Okay, this came in at around $1.19. The second one came in at around 68 cents. And the third one came in slightly underneath 68 cents, which was around 56 cents. Okay, the levels haven't changed, guys. I've had these levels since before Christmas. Just to show you guys, here's the video. This was done 3 weeks ago. Is Cardano's Pump Over was the title. Throughout Cardano's entire downtrend, okay, basically that entire bear market phase, there were 3 major battles that were fought on the downtrend, okay, between the bulls and the bears, buyers and the sellers. And I'm going to mark them out for you right now. This was the first one right here, okay, during this juncture right here. This is when Cardano was at around $1.24. The second battle that took place was right here. And the third battle as well was in that same juncture, okay, slightly underneath it. Okay, so now if Cardano has to react anywhere, it's going to be in one of these 3 key junctures. All right, now if I have to go ahead and place my cursor on top of where price action is at right now, look back at price history. Okay, we're at that same battleground once again that was fought when we were in that bear market territory. All right, so we can actually use this information to go and draw out some key inflection points for ourselves, right? And this is like a zone that I've come up with based on the battles that were fought. Now the zone comes in from around 56 cents going all the way up to 69 cents. If you guys want to go ahead and take note of it, go ahead and take note of it. But that is the zone that I'm looking for, right? We are currently in a historic battleground. All right, I believe that there's going to be a fight that takes place here between the bulls and the bears. Right, so if there is a rejection that comes to play on Cardano's chart, it's likely going to happen here. That's what I personally am going to be watching out for. Now, I'm already up 2x on my Cardano trade. I'm not going to take a good, profitable, stress-free trade and turn it into a really, really bad trade by adding into resistance. Absolutely not. At this point, I'm going to be waiting on confirmation. Confirmation for me would be closes over 69 cents. Okay, that's what I personally am going to be looking for. All right, and there you guys have it. This was Cardano's battle zone that I'd marked out for you, 3 battle zones. Now, if I take you guys back on over to the current price action, notice nothing has changed on my chart. These are still the same levels. However, how did price perform off of the battle zone? There was no confirmation over 69 cents. We actually got rejected off of this region. Right? Now, if I take you back on over to that clip, notice how bullish price was looking there. Right? But I said, no, I'm going to stay my hand here. I'm going to follow my TA. And this is the power of TA. Even when things are looking bloody bullish or bloody bearish, you're able to be a lot more objective when you know exactly what to look out for. I'm not going to add into resistance on a position that I'm already sitting very, very well in profits on. Right, I was already 2x on my trade when price was up here. I'm not going to be adding into resistance. And I noticed that this was historic resistance, important historic resistance. Only 3 battlefields throughout the entire bear market. right? And this is essentially what we did there. We got rejected. Now I said I'll be waiting on confirmation from either side, either the bulls if they broke 69 cents to the upside, or the bears if they broke 56 cents to the downside. And what happened? The bears showed their hand. The bears won the battle here. Okay, so now we've come all the way back down to the range, and this is why I'm looking at this as that next region of support. This region right here was the next region of support. Notice historically how well Cardano performed off of this region. This range comes in from around 45 cents going all the way down to 40 cents for those of you who want to take note of it. Okay, but this was being held as resistance since September of last year. Okay, and that's why I was looking at the zone. I'm like, this is a good zone. If price does come down here, I'll be bidding this. But more importantly, it's not just a historic zone of, well, resistance back then now turned into support. If I turn on my Mango dynamic indicator, notice where the weekly dynamic comes in at. The dynamic indicator, especially on Cardano's chart, is one of those major systems that we use to keep us on the right side of this trend. Right? It's kept us safe on the weekly time frame, on the 4-day time frame, even on the daily and the 2-day time frame. It's worked exceptionally well in keeping us on the right side of this trade. Now notice where the weekly dynamic was swinging in at, guys. The weekly dynamic was swinging in right here, right above that range that we're looking at. Okay, for those of you who want the exact numbers, go ahead and take note of it. It's a very small range on the dynamic. It narrowed out. It comes from about 46 cents going all the way down to 45 cents. Now the dynamic indicator, guys, moves. Now this is the weekly time frame. As soon as we get a brand new weekly candle, this print is going to change. All right. However, because I'm trading Cardano off of the dynamic indicator, I will be updating you on these changing levels every time I do a Cardano update. Okay, so make sure you're hitting the sub and the bell icon if you want to stay, if you want to stay in tune with these levels. Now, we were looking at the weekly dynamic to keep us on the right side of this trade, but in addition to that, we were also looking at the 4-day, right? And what is the 4-day doing? Notice the 4-day dynamic, guys. 4-day dynamic on Cardano as well is looking good. It appears now that we came down to the 4-day dynamic and we're currently bouncing off of it, and we're likely, the bulls are trying to fight back to settle above that dynamic support. Okay, and I believe we're going to get a confirmation on this very soon, because the next 4-day candle opens tomorrow. All right, so we are waiting less than 12 hours actually before this next candle opens. Okay, that's a lot of information. If we manage to, close over this 4-day dynamic, I'm saying we have a better chance of actually moving to the upside from there. Okay, back up to 56 cents. All right, for those of you who won the range on the dynamic indicator, on the 4-day dynamic indicator, it comes in from around 51 cents going all the way down to 48 cents. However, if you do not want to wait on me and you just want access to the dynamic indicator, you can find this on the mango.com/dynamic. Once again, no better time to sign up considering there's a 25% discount on it right now. Let me just make this a tad bit bigger. There it is, okay? Xmas25 is the coupon code. When you are getting the dynamic indicator, make sure you're using this code, okay? There's going to be a coupon section. You just got to enter Xmas25 and that should give you the discount. Alrighty, but yeah, you can find it on the mango.com/dynamic. These are the levels. Now, this is technically why I wanted to double down on my position. I'm not getting spooked out here, guys. Okay, I trust in this bull run. I do believe we're still in the nascency of the bull run. Every dip opportunity that I see, every pullback opportunity that I see on any of the altcoins that I personally am trading and I'm building my portfolio on, I'll be looking at pullbacks as bid opportunities. All right, so I've added to my Cardano position. Unfortunately, I did not get the weekly dynamic test because by the time I got to it, this wick had already happened. I did, however, get this bid right here, okay, this wick low. Let me just show you, mark it out right here. There we go. Alrighty, so I bid slightly above, considering that we already got the test. I'm looking for continuation to the upside, contingent on us closing this candle over the 4-day dynamic. I believe we're going back up to 56 cents. And also, I'm going to implore you guys to start using, for those of you in the Sprouts program, you guys know exactly how to find these battlefields on any chart, Okay, identify the battlefields and prepare for them. Okay, think ahead. Okay, now anyone who's sitting who bought the top here and who's sitting in a 30% loss, are they wrong on their trade just yet? No, right? We have not lost some critical levels. But now consider anyone who bought at this juncture right here. Okay, they're sitting very, very close to their invalidation. So even if they take a loss, they're taking a minimal loss compared to, well, 30% from the top. Right? So it's very important that you be patient on those great bid opportunities, because that's essentially what's going to keep you safe and help you keep your emotions at bay, help you work with your emotions. Don't fight your emotions. No, work with it. Okay, figure out your weaknesses and work with it. It's going to make you stronger as a trader. Alrighty, but now these are the key levels. Watch out for how prices react off of tomorrow's close relative to the 4-day dynamic. Upper threshold coming at around 51 cents. We close over 51 cents. I'm saying we're rallying from here, okay? At the very least, back up to 56 cents. Alrighty, I only start getting bullish once again if we close candles over 62 cents. At that point, I'm going to be looking for a continuation to the upside. Now, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash like, and I'll see you now in the next one. With this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.